as you can tell, kind of a mess. I literally only got home like 15 minutes ago. So yeah, and it's not showing up on my highlight, but whatever. And oh shit, yeah, I just remembered that my phone isn't connected to the internet because my dad changed the like internet thing. So, and I just forgot to change like the internet thing, and now my phone is not connected to the internet, and it's just using up all my data. So, yeah, I don't wanna like, I don't wanna, what's the word? I don't wanna like connect to it now on my phone. But yeah, today we're starting the Great Psssttt Chronicles. I'm probably gonna ramble for it for a bit. Also, I did have a little look on Reddit to see generally how long the cases are, and apparently the first case for the Great Psssttt Chronicles is like 3 hours, like almost 4 hours. And I don't really want to be streaming like almost 4 hours today. Maybe not. We'll just see. I think it's just a trial today. Also, there's vice in this game. Forgot to mention that. So what I might do is, because I think this first case is just a trial. What I might do is do the first part of the trial today, and then do the last part of the trial on Sunday. So yeah, I have a few stories I want to talk about before I get into this. First, okay, so so I'm gonna for the Alice Wonders Returns compilation. I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but what I might do for it is just wait until I have a little bit more time off of uni so that I can actually, stay home more often and just kind of monitor exporting, I guess. And have just more time to export, I guess, because it's like 14 hours long. But I have made another compilation that I hope to have uploaded by next week into my drafts. That being like the Phasmophobia stream stuff. So I'm gonna try and export it overnight on Sunday, because I'll be here all night all day even on Monday. So I'm just deleting the stream vote from Monday. But yeah, hopefully I should try and get that done by next week. So I didn't stream on Wednesday because I was in, I've been in uni, and I don't really like streaming on days where I've been in uni that day and I have uni the next day. Like, I've been in uni today, but I don't have uni tomorrow. I do go for my first shift for my part-time job, but it's like I don't really mind because it's like 4 hours and it's just like I don't really care all that much, to be honest. Like, I do care, but it's just like I want to go there for work experience, I guess, like, and money. So yeah. What else? So yeah, I've been in uni this week, and so my new uni schedule is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, instead of what it was before, what it was in semester 1, which was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I don't know how to feel about it, because it's like I don't know how to feel about it, if I'm being honest, because I did used to like having Monday and Tuesday off to do what the fuck ever, and then just going in for the latter part of the week. But I also don't mind this because it's like I get to use my iPad more because I got a new iPad for Christmas. I get to use my iPad like twice a week. Maybe not this week because I don't know how much I'll get to use it on Sunday. Because I tend to charge my iPad whenever I have like the time to use it, like the next day. Like I tend to charge it overnight. So I don't know how much I'll be able to use it on Sunday because I have a shift on Sunday as well. Hopefully after this week and next week, I should be having like one shift, like 2 shifts a week, like 1 shift in the week and then 1 shift at the weekend. So I should probably be able to use my iPad more often, like on like Sundays. So yeah, and then I use my iPad on Wednesdays just to, you know, do a little bit of like revising and like going over like just like writing notes at like journal articles. Because what I did this on Wednesday where I just read through like I read through like 3 journal articles, but I only did notes around like 2 of them, and I would like highlight certain bits and then like right next to them like, oh, this is this, and like kind of make associations with like stuff we learn in research methods and then stuff we learn for I think I want to do that for stuff we learn in Cog and Bio, because that Cog and Bio is the module that we have to revise for, because we've got like one big like multiple choice question exam at like the end of this module, which is in May. So I have my second semester finished. I first year finished at like the end of May, which is crazy. And I'm trying to speed up through my stories a little bit because I want to actually get into this game because I'm super excited for this game. And so yeah, I had a module on Tuesday, which I just had a long like lecture in the morning. I had like a 3-hour like lecture seminar thing in the morning. I mean, it was kind of chill. We had the lecturer that we had for attachment, who like rambled, not rambled, but like talked through attachment really quickly. But she actually didn't go through the stuff too quickly on Monday, which I quite liked. So not Monday, on Tuesday, she didn't go through it too quickly. And then we just did some work in the afternoon. We didn't really have that much work to do this week. And I think we just got on with it like straight away. I think I just got on with it like almost straight away after I had my lunch. So yeah, so it was fine. And then yesterday it was like a bit weird with like the seminars, because we had like a seminar like workshop things scheduled in for the afternoon, but then our lecturers were like, oh no, that's supposed to be like independent study time, you don't have to come to the rooms. And so I asked my like seminar tutor, being like, hey, will we still get checked in for like, will we still get our attendance mark for the independent study session, you know, because I don't want my attendance to go down because of this session, because we don't have to be in uni for that session, despite what it says on our timetables. The people who do the timetable attendance stuff at my uni just hate my course, just hate my lecturers, seriously. So yeah, they just hate my lectures. And like, he was like, you know what, come ask me next week, because I'm going to talk to the module leader about it and see what can get done about it. So come back next week, just ask me next week. I also had that same seminar tutor like today for my lecture and my seminars and my workshops today, because I actually do have a workshop today. Today was research methods, and it was just going over like hypotheses and like independent and dependent variables. I found it super fucking boring. But also I did research methods at A levels, so of course I'm gonna find it boring. Like that for me, hypotheses, and it was just an introduction to research methods as well. Like hypotheses and what's the other thing? Like variables. Like, yes, I needed to go over the definition of a variable, but also it was fucking boring, and I was just like, I was just like, the whole time I was just like, I can go over this in like an independent study session. I'm just bored, and like I was saying it in my head, I didn't actually say it out loud, but like I was just like, I'm so bored, like, and it was just like bored in the sense that like I found it easy, so like I was just like, and I got on with the work like decently well, so it was like, oh, I mean, I'm sure it'll get harder in like the next few weeks. It's just this week was like kind of boring. So yeah. And then my driving lesson, I just completely forgot I don't know about that. My driving lesson, I don't even remember what we did for our driving lesson, to be fair. I don't even remember. I think it was just like practicing going around, like just like it was just practicing driving really. We didn't really do anything new. The new high card episode. I forgot the new high card episode. Oh yeah, I think I'm almost finished with, or just finished the Junji Ito collection. Yeah, I just finished it. I quite liked it. Not gonna lie. Oh, I know. I've not finished it. I've got the 30B Tomie part, like the last episode, which is like the last Tomie episode as well. Not gonna lie, I feel kind of bad for Tomie. I have watched a few video essays on like Tomie specifically Tomie. Like I've watched a few episodes and specifically Tomie, and I feel kind of bad for it. Obviously, it doesn't like. I need to turn that down. Let me go to Sandals. I'm gonna turn that down. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Tomie in a way. Especially the first episode. I don't really want to go into the first episode. Not the first Tomie episode. Because there was a Tomie episode, or at least like half an episode that was dedicated to Tomie. Because in a lot of the episodes, it was split. It was like half of the episode was like one story and half of the episode was another story. And in one of the episodes, Tomie was like the main. Can I turn the volume down or anything? Let's turn it to like 725. Can I just turn every single one down to? But yeah, so I kind of feel bad for Tomie. Obviously, I haven't read the manga, so obviously I don't know all the like shitty things she's done. But I have, from the video essays I have watched, she has done like, you know, a ton of shit things. But also there's a lot of things that I'm just like, she doesn't deserve. Like especially like when we first get introduced to her, with like her and her teacher, which was like, that was weird. That was her and her teacher had a weird relationship in like the first properly dedicated Tomie episode, which was like the third to last episode. It should be fine, I think. Yeah, I did feel bad for Tomie. And then high card episode. High card. What was this high card episode? Let me look at the description. After the incident at the Pinnacle HQ, High Card is suspended indefinitely, despite the royal family's efforts to cover it up. With Theodore still missing and Chris hospitalized, the team is separated. That's when Norman shows up and starts talking about how he, Theodore, and Van met. Okay, I kind of remember this episode, but I also kind of don't. I should really put notes in my... This is what happens when you go back to uni and you just completely forget about the high card episode. I remember this episode, but I think I remember liking it, but I don't have anything specific to say about it. I think I did this for last year's season. Let me look actually. I think I tweeted out my thoughts on the high card episode and then clarified it more on stream. I'm gonna look on my Twitter to see. Oh my god, yeah. I remember this. I just wrote down like all my thoughts on this. So I think I should do that for my for the like next few high card episodes. I'll probably do that on Monday's episodes when I watch that. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about, do I? Oh yeah, Hermitcraft season not 9. Hermitcraft season 10. It's starting tomorrow. I'm excited for it. I am tempted to start watching more Hermits because if you don't know, spoiler, Joel and Skiz are getting added to Hermitcraft season 10. I keep saying 9 instead of 10. They're getting added to Hermitcraft season 10, so I'll be watching 6 Hermits. That being, Joel, Grian, Mumbo, Etho, Stress, and Scar. I'm tempted to watch a few more Hermits as well. That being Cleo, Joe, and Wells. But there's gonna be a lot of Hermits to watch. That's like almost half the server. So I might only start watching Cleo. But then again, I feel like in my brain, I can't start watching Cleo and then not watch Joe. Because those two stream together so much that I feel like I'm going to be missing out on like half the context. So, but then again, I watch Stress without watching Iskal. And they collab together a lot on season 9. So maybe I'll only start watching Cleo this season. And then when I get more time, at some point, then I can maybe start watching like Joe. No, I need to take my bubble off. I'm gonna take my braces off as well. I did not expect to ramble so long. Oh yeah, I've got a compilation coming out. Today. Wait, in like 10 minutes. Which one is it? I completely forgot which one is it. It might be the Little Miss Fortune one. Because last week it was the dark one that got released and I completely forgot about it. Which one is scheduled for today? It's the Little Miss Fortune one that's scheduled for today. And then it's the Franville one that's scheduled for next week. And hopefully I can get the Phasmo one scheduled for the week after. And then I'll probably miss a week unless I can maybe get all my Among Us streams so far. And maybe all my Terraria streams so far. Or maybe I can cut up a few ones for YouTube. Like maybe clean up the Phasmo stream I did with Sugar into the Phasmo bit and then the Minecraft bit. I don't know. I was gonna react to some stuff, but then before stream I was trying to get YouTube up and then it just like no, YouTube, not working. So yeah. Anyways, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, select adventure, new game. Wait, this the first one? No, I don't. Is this the first one? Let's check. Which one this is? I think this is the first one. This is so cool. Murder! We got a murder. I love the cutscenes. Is that who he plays? That's who he plays! That's who he plays! Who plays him? Who plays him? That's Naruhodo. I think that's what his name is. Episode 1. The Adventure of the Great Departure. Is this the first episode of the first game? The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles episodes. Is this the one of the first game? Let me see. Save. This one. Save there, yes, save in that slot. Oh, Adventures the first game, I think. I think Adventures. Wait, is it any Chronicles? I think. I think this is the first game. I did not check. I'm pretty sure. What? Chrome? Oh. Why is everything freezing? Except for like Twitch Studio. Okay. Adventures is the first game, I think. I have to look on my phone because. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. The Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Let's see. Is this the first one? No, wait. Is it? I have to look up what is it. Is this the first one? Okay, yeah. Let me go back to title. Save. There. I completely forgot to check which one. Yes. Back to title. I completely forgot. Select adventure. Okay, yeah. Adventures. Adventures is the first one. Adventures is the first one. Continue. Continue. Yes. Okay, yeah, we're playing the first one. Adventures is the first one. Okay, we're in the Supreme Court of Judicature. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, where to decide my fate? This is exciting. What? Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares, murderer. Sorry. This is fun. This is fun. My name is Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I just call him Ryunosuke. Oh wait, Ryunosuke. Let's call it Rhinosuke. I don't know if that's correct, by the way. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow find myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough! He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes. Until the judge has given his verdict on his case. No one has the right to treat him as a criminal, so you will hold your tongue. Technicalities. Look at you haven't even graduated yet. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Right, Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course, sorry. Why are you apologizing to me so far? I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me! I could never murder someone. And there's nothing to worry about. Hold yourself straight and yourself up. Hold your head up high. History. That's cool. Okay. Okay, what did you say earlier? Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. This is cool. Okay. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yume University, but he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old, here in Japan anyways, and qualifications don't mean much yet. He said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's where this all side. I'm gonna move this. Here. Maybe. Oh, I'll just put it down here. There we go. Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourselves in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you. I'm proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. I wanted to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I had to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. This is so cool. This is so cool. This is such a cool game. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. And the 3D models are so impressive. Asogi, may I have a word? Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Oh my god, this is so cool. Well, this case has personal significance to me. Let's mind that for now. Asogi, you should go immediately into the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? Who's looking for you before? You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about the procedures during today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at the university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. The animations are so cool. This is so cool. This is so cool. This is awkward. If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe? Yes, that's right. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad.
I'm in danger!
Asoga has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Sogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. Uh-oh! What? Ah, as I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants who are overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favourable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task.
NANI?!
There are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. I just realised that this portrait here looks like our judge from Phoenix Red Trilogy. I'm gonna check the achievements. Okay, so we have to thoroughly examine the medical report card for the achievements. I think we only have 30 achievements for this one, and I think we had like way more for Phoenix Wright Trilogy. We have to also have every ladders conversation, which is like we did that in the Phoenix Wright Trilogy. That's it. I think that is it. I think that is it. And we also have two hidden achievements, which I think may be for the DLC episodes. I think there are DLC episodes, but I don't have them as of Oh shit! Did I read what he said? Naturally, I'm not going to suggest anything that could lead to conviction. Right. So, as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? But what would the question be? Surely not, do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. Even though bailiffs get like some sort of personality in this game, which is more than I can say for the bailiffs in the trilogy. I would assume our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So let me just summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. Why are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving, there's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyways. Fatal. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dream of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. You've got to be not guilty. You've got to be. We're in court. Whoa. So this is a courtroom. I love the animations. The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Oh my god, the animations! I love the animations. Lots of military and other uniforms are there. Oh shit. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It will become clear in time, but for now, you need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. We're against the pain. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Well, Ouchie, but you know, we know it's pain. Also, his name is Ouchie. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency, as is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to the trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question of Professor Men. But then, if I say I do... I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Answer I do. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who advocates for the defendants. Yes! Oh my god, he looks scared shitless. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke and Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You'll be... What? Oh my god. Why are you playing out, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? No, it's not that really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes? I knew that's how you feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognises the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well. Does the accused admit defeat and already, renouncing his own counsel? Really? Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. This man is definitely the ancestor of Phoenix. This one is definitely the ancestor of Phoenix. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhado? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Oh! That's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I care to remember. But, wait. I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Yeah, you're this guy. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of E. If you've ever forgotten something, just consult that. That's all you need there. There's a press E for the court record. Alright, there's no time to lose. Court record! Court record. Still a list of evidence you've collected trying to to people. Find the details about the victim in here. We just proceed to go back. Yuji Mikatoba, that's this guy we just met. We got Kazuma, we got Eugene, we got Mikatoba, we got Ouchie. John H. Wilson, the victim. So remember, everything you need to do in the current case can be found in the court record. You better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press R to the... Oh shit, I don't remember the seal open. I knew I was forgetting something else. I forgot. Present. Let's look into Excel. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our court's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you are aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. And despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honour? Ugh, but I didn't do it. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient, expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly, our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I'm gonna stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Can I check the call record? I want to check the call record, please. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Post-mortem. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by a loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body, and that's how you do. Can I search it? Oh, examine. Time of death. So after 2 p.m. Single bullet fired at close range. Fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma. So that's like stomach area? Or like that's like torso area. No exit wound. Bullet did not pass through the body. Okay. We've got people. So far we have Kazuma, we've got Mikatoba, we've got Auchi, and then we've got Wilson. Wait. Another person I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhado. Yes, Your Excellency. How did the Professor of Medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? Stated to the court the cause of death. Well, obviously that was, Ryunosuke. Remember that in the court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. But how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select to present. Do it now. The post-mortem report. Well, according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Yes, that's right. The post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. Is there a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime? You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. Yeah, okay, we've got explosion. Do we have anything? Okay, I can't see anything behind him that would suggest that the bullet came out. Don't see any bullet holes or anything. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. What if he wasn't shot at close range though? What do you think if he was shot from far away and then let's say he just had like smudges on that area, like pen smudges, or like, you know, ink smudges, because I don't think they would have like the same pens we would have today. Like they wouldn't have like these pens, I'm guessing. I mean, they would probably have something similar, but like more rudimentary, I'm guessing. Like they would use like more, they would use like ink. Like, I don't know. Like something in ink. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence in the record. Oh wait, they would have pens, never mind. I'm guessing pens were made at the same time as like a camera. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I'm satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court of the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. this is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today. Not me, but that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in the trial. He didn't say anything about being the assistant. He really has been sticking his R in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is this. Rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Yeah, exactly, Kazuma. Chill out. Chill the fuck out. Okay, we have the waiter. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course. His name is Satoru Hosonaga. Someone who... a study witness that states our name and occupation on the first try. This is new. This is a new development. Oh my god. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Oh, blood. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some. It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really, really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you'll kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. I know petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Aspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have a few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over as there were only 3 tables occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. There was one else in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, who slumped in his chair. And suddenly, immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on, let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjection. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But, almost he didn't even see the crime occurring. So, next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruto. Don't worry, Rainusuke. You have the chance to fight back. For now, we must quietly listen to the witness. Ugh. If I may confirm one point, the waiter. Standing beside the victim with the gun in his hand was the same one we see in the pair in court today. Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Wait. What did you just say? There was no one else around that table. Hello? There was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Oh! Really? That's not something the witness could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? interject. We should interject. Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me, dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings? I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer at all, after all? He's not, though. He's a uni student. He's a second year. Not yet. But I'm sure of what I saw. Yeah. Hoso Naga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of the events is hazy? No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I do have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. Let me see. I scheduled the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume? That's right, I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. How would you sit alone at a restaurant, though? Oh, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. Where's his business card is entered the court record? You good, dude? You good, Hosonaga? So, the court has now heard a precise case. Let me look at this. Let me examine this. Is there something on here that we should see? I don't understand what these letters mean. I don't read, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is kanji or what was it, katana? I don't know. Is there anything out of the ordinary? I mean, unless it's like a lettering. We'll have to learn soon enough. Alright, let me look at the thing. It doesn't look like there's anyone next to it. But again, it's a magnified glass. You get a chance to fully examine. We can take a look at this later on when it's relevant. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiting as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court, but I must warn the defense if you are determined to proceed matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. Oh shit. It doesn't properly tag me. Wait, because I didn't have to. Let's roll. But my Wheel Misfortune thing went out like half an hour ago. Wheel Misfortune completion went out like half an hour ago, and I completely forgot. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikitova's said it, and so has the judges and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the onset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing to now throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty bound to prove that innocent by whatever means. The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. 3D models look really cool. Indeed. The prosecutor Alge, please continue with the proceedings. Well, you warned the young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I could be a devil when I want to be. Who cares? Honestly. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mafios will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses. Very well. Officer, bring forth the witnesses at once. Oh, we've got multiple witnesses? Oh, I forgot about this feature. I forgot that we got those multiple witnesses in. Wait, is this honey? I heard that we had multiple witnesses. Witnesses, kindly state your name and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant. Yes, sir. No, sir. Reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employed as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Resute, a humble premises in the 2nd district. Kairurio Correcutor at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the end in question. There must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma from at the establishment in question, always post-noon, and not infrequently converse with interesting parties regarding the curiosity with which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? I found black uniform rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So this is decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. Wait, let me look at what he said. Black uniform rogue infantryman who unloaded the firearm. The soldiers claimed that he actually saw the precise moment he shot the victim dead. Yeah. Well, I started to feel uncomfortable. If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You'll state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir.
Wow.
Standing by, ready to report, sir. Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. Wow is right, by the way. Wow is right. Witness testimonies, yeah. What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. Black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. No, it was from the front. It was from the front. The gunshot to the chest. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. We have found ourselves a contradiction. Well, so you, Sergeant No, sir, actually witnessed the vital moment. So a split second when the defendant fired a weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgiving enemy. What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light day. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ray Yunosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun I saw lying on the floor. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking more coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, the gunshot. So there was 2 guns in the restaurant. But if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these 2 witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is. Ray Yunosuke, you must exercise your own right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now. As you have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. Nuh-uh. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out cross-examination? The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he is capable of it is irrelevant. Kazuma is so commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins for Yunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious you have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements? How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what the soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. Alright then. It's all or nothing. Cross-examination, yeah. Okay, I know what to cross-examine. Then the photograph. What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense. What can this prince possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I don't want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think that this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, and there's no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. Mug, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mug? Mug, come here. What are you up to? What are you up to? Hey. She's just sat on one of my boxes. What are you up to, eh? Come here. Come here. She's just sat there. You just sat there, aren't you? Malcolm, come here. You can get, I know you can get down. I know you can get down. There we go. There we go. Come on then. Come on then, Mug. What are you up to? I know you won't go in there. I know you won't get in the tub. That's all my nose in it. Mug, what are you up to? You wanna go out? You wanna go out my room? Come on then, Muggle. Come on then. Go out. There we go. Go out. Go on then. There we go. This is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It could be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Kazuma, what? What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant no, sir. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian and from the back the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military grade eyes, sir. Then maybe you need your eyes fucking checked because they certainly aren't military grade. But no, that just can't be. Why not, cadet? Because. Take a closer look at the print. Kazuma coming in clutch. Cause not gonna lie, Ryunosuke is kind of an idiot. The victim Dr. Wilson died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Oh, he has a fucking baby! He has a fucking baby! What the fuck? What the... What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it back down again. It was a fucking baby. What the fuck? Why does he have a baby with him in court? Certainly there's a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant No, sir? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I had the firearm discharge, my eyes were... Why does he have a fucking baby? Why does he have a baby? Behind his back. Firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. Oh, why? Why does Nosa have a baby with him in court? What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iesa Nosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all. Ugh, that's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. It looks like my neck is long, but I'm literally just literally lying on this pillow here. There's no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Yeah! It's a fucking baby. Why does he have a baby? You're a witness to court. Why do you have a baby? Why do you just have a baby with him? I am so confused. There's an opinion that complete timeline to draw is simple. I have this. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace of 10 is. A lot name drop, whoa! Series drop, whoa! But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's friend. What's that for there? Oh, I completely forgot. The antique guy. He's just like, what a nice vase I have here. Would anyone like to buy this vase? Would anyone like to buy this vase? Would anyone like this vase? So yeah, what do I pick with this? This card. I never find the gun. All I did was pick it up from the floor. And you, Woodman, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either. He's just like, this is so fine. So fine. Myself, I've already been quite clear. Gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Treasure? Indeed, the Hawaii era, I don't know how to pronounce that. Koban, my prized coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest in my shop visite. They don't want me to which diner I'd like to buy it from you. On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I profited my white treasure. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not. But I was presented with a little alternative. And then what? After I'd averted my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was then and what? It simply vanished. The Koban vanished. Hunting around on the table, I was in case mayhap if I'd fallen there, and then it happened. Pew pew pew. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded white treasure. Nothing could distract me. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious white Koban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony in the court as just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British in it, it'd be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Algie? Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will never find a wolf. I just realized his fucking name. His name is Ouchie. Like, ouch. Like what you say when you get hurt. And then with pain in the trilogy. How have I only just remembered that? And I remember watching like a video a while ago that was just like explaining the pun names of Basic, and I specifically remember Ouchie coming up. How have I just realized that? And why has my stream gone off on my phone? Twitch mobile being the fucking list. Does Twitch need to play in my phone? Probably. Oh, my data's been fucking shit. Cause look at Twitch right now. Look at it. It's fucking shit. Okay, working on my computer. Will it work on my PC at least? The witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. Let me just close my Twitch down so my screen doesn't fucking die. Yeah, I need to monitor my stream on my phone, but Twitch mobile is being a fucking twat. Upon hearing the next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could have possibly committed this despicable crime. This demands this equally despicable defendant by investigating our honor. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations. Is that clear? As clear as curico glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Senior testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nelson family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Ido. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to a father nanny. Ido, tension. Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. Another witness testimony. Even if I saw it wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was. That young lad in black, that much I myself did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadets could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. Wait. Oh, wait, no. Kazuma. What did I say? Kazuma left before the gunshot was heard. Wait, that's the victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a woman, there was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her. If you can call yourself a liar, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. Ugh. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Is this a photographic print of the scene in the crime, counsel? Indeed. Of the table which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident, as plainly as completely be seen, there's only one place set. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. I don't understand. What's going on here? Is it not possible that nobody else saw that woman? The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. Unless the woman didn't come with Dr. Wilson but came alone later on, or came alone before Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times, as we know. Think is so fresh from the treaty with Great Britain. Think that I, Taketsuchi Ouchi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Raimusuke. It's not over yet. Kazuma is basically Almia. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now's your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick, understood? Rules can be so unbending at times. I'm alright. Okay, I think it's time for us to save soon. I'm gonna save over despite the fact that we do have autosave. Okay, that's our autosave at 9:58. 15 minutes ago, we can load from the autosave. I'm gonna load it right now. Wait. Should we press... Oh, wait. No. We only press on present. Englishman doesn't know about itself. No one else other than the black uniform cadet for this night. I'm gonna look over the evidence. Let's examine this. Okay, we used this, I think. What's that? Examine this. Yeah, there's nothing else that could suggest that anyone else was there. Wait his business card. Again, I don't know what that says. I genuinely don't know from seeing photograph. A bottle. What do you think, Raimusuke? What's the matter? I can't find anything. I can't find a clear discrepancy anywhere. I'm done for. I can't win this trial. No. No. Listen, the first thing to do is calm down. You can't expect witness statements to be full of holes every time. Just take your time and try to tease more information out of them first. What do you mean? Oh yeah, pressing their statements. You can choose to either press or present against each of the witnesses' statements. Thank you for Kazuma for reminding me that I can present their statements. If a witness is saying something you're suspicious about, press it on with Q. For a little look, you may get more details which could prove to be crucial. Right, I see. The important point is there's no sense in holding back. If anything is even slightly jars of you, press the witnesses on it and press them hard. Alright, got it. I'll press them like blocks of tofu. The professor wasn't alone in the restaurant. I'm sure of it. And one way or another, this cross-examination is going to prove that I'm right. It's time to press them for all their work. My fate depends on it. Oh wait, we'll find out penalties. Let's press this. No, it's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. I don't think so. Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked. Did you? Did you see it? Did you see me blink? How could I? And yet, it is an undeniable fact I did blink. But it's not undeniable. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not an undeniable fact that Ryunosuke shot the gun. So there, you have it. Not totally not the same things at all. Those are totally the same things, yeah. Yeah. Have what? Tension. The sound of the firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. I think that says it all, don't you? Ugh. And let's not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in the most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Correcutor. He was putting his gun at the fireman door so that young lad in black. The young lad. A visual search of the premises at the time. You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There's a lady there. As you remember at pains to point out time and time again, I feel like I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Ugh. If only there'd been more people down that time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. A quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know, of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. Why is that, Counsel? It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. Hotter Clinic? Uh-oh, is that a reference to Hottie Clinic? Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th of November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident. So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation could be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on this case. I wonder. What do you think, Ryunosuke? Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence or not? Yes! Yes, we should. If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern. Whether or not they ever are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request without the submission of the evidence. Very well, the court will grant the defence's request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights is a most disturbing trend. Nah. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report to the court record. Gotta examine this, don't we? What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival for you. Let's look at the medical report. Wait, what's the treatment again? Thoroughly examine the medical report card inside and out. Or perhaps you've forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused Kurakuta-san. Can I not go back to a statement until after we live the entire statement? Excellent work, Fiona. We please to know your information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. Can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence, so perhaps we should examine it in a little bit more detail. How exactly? You notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass? These are ones you may examine. Press space and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use the arrow keys to rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles by using WASD. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press space to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use arrow keys, WASD, and space to inspect any areas that look suspicious. It says Hotter Clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals or surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people will give their right arm to have had only one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. It looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatment, that's why. With a family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor, as long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors hurt, then? Where would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine, they give you painful injections, then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege, or when you're at your lowest ebb. You sound like a model patient, with a bad case of stubbornness, no less, for which the only cure is very bitter medicine, indeed. Wait, have I already examined these bits? Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history, because I just got the achievement. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar, if you mean to get a tooth taken out? It would seem Also, just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe that there's anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. There's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Information in the court record. For this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So, I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. Circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I can see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you know exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright, and thanks for the advice. Kazuma's great. We love Kazuma in this household. Karakuta-chan, this is a medical report belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see what of it, boy. Comparing what is written on this report with your witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up. Dear me, have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings through your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may have not done before that time is completely irrelevant. But that's remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we've finished it. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else beside this pale. There's people that. What did he say? I don't know. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case. Finally, playing the best game in this series, Naruhodo. Welcome in, Talio. My words have not been great today. Talionos. Welcome in, Talionos. What? That outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be real? Just call me Tally. Okay. Cute. Oh yeah, now I remember you. Welcome in. Welcome in, by the way, Tally. Welcome in. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? I'm very tired. I'm kind of tired, as you can tell. Perhaps because Hotta Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result the victim has been forbidden from eating, just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? By the way, did you catch the name put in Ouchie's name? Yes, I did. Kind of. It's cause he looks like pain, isn't it? And it's like, ouch. It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia was off. Yeah. What? No, that can't. Korokuta-san. What by what? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have just assured the Cove with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that can't possibly be the case. This game has showed the potential that AA truly had if it had its image finalized. Oh my god, yes. From what I've played so far, this game is pretty great. No, very much pun intended, actually. Very much pun intended. I have been really enjoying the animations, cause I've been playing Apollo Justice, and I know that game has like some 3D models, and so I've basically just gone from like the Phoenix Wright trilogy to Great Ace Attorney, and oh my god, the animations and the 3D models, I love them. I personally absolutely love them. So yeah, and the cutscenes, the cutscene at the start, I loved that. I loved it. This is pretty good so far. Pretty great. If I say so myself. I'm tired. I've been up since like 7. Because the victim, as we know now, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of his anesthetic. Expertly done, partner. Said that this game came out a long time after its release, but it actually released, so it's still fine. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I'm so glad that I found this game because I'm loving it so far. What is this nonsense, you little upstart? And plus, I've not seen a lot of people actually talk about this game. Like whenever I see, I could say massive spoiler, but it's funny if I don't. Okay. Yeah, whenever I see people talk about Ace Attorney, they usually talk about either the Phoenix Wright trilogy, Investigations, or the Apollo trilogy. And I'm just like, come on, give Great Ace Attorney some love. Give Chronicles some love. Because this game is truly great. These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. We don't talk about the Apollo trilogy. I actually really want to play the Apollo trilogy. It's the worst trilogy. I think I'm gonna enjoy the Apollo trilogy, but yeah, I've heard that it's like not great, and I've heard that they give just like that there's like 50 backstories just for Apollo. So yeah, Investigations duology is so good though. I really hope there's like a port to like PC, like how they've done with Chronicles. I really hope they do like the same with Investigations because I really want to play it. But also the first game is a bit boring. I really want to play Investigations, but also I don't want to go on eBay and spend, or like Amazon or something, and spend like a lot. The second game that was busted. I don't want to spend a lot on Investigations. I don't want to like go on eBay or Amazon or something and find someone reselling it for like a shit lot. And plus I don't play on my DS that often, so I probably won't play it on my DS. So I really hope there's like some sort of like port of Investigations. I really hope they do. I really hope that's like the next games they port, because obviously they've just released Apollo Justice trilogy like last week. Just Tale of Seven Seas Clueless. Yep. I mean that's basically what I'm doing. That's basically what I'm doing now with this trilogy. Like not this trilogy. This is only this duology with Chronicles, because I've never, I barely know anything about Chronicles. Like I knew beforehand. All I knew about Chronicles before I started playing this is that there's a character called Herlock Sholmes. That's all I knew. So going into this game completely, and I said, oh, I didn't read that. What did he say? Loving this history feature though. You can clearly see the plate of food on the victim's table. Use your head. Yeah, use your brains. Use your fucking brains, Ouchie. I keep wanting to call him Pain, but I know his name is Ouchie. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat, which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beefsteak? The court will hear the opinion of the defence on this legal puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been yeah. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. Oh yeah, because Naruhodo said he saw someone. This case is such a pivotal point in the duology, but you won't know it yet. Oh, really? I thought it was just like a normal tutorial. I thought it was just a normal tutorial. I didn't know it was like going to be such a pivotal piece. You'll not let this go, will you? There was no such person. Yes, there was. Naruhodo saw someone. Ryunosuke saw someone. There was, but because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. We know the ending makes this case such a pivotal point in this game. I'm so excited now to get to the ending. That's all. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear not the first game ending. Okay, the overall ending. Second game ending. Yeah. With strong evidence to support our assertion, it's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Kazuma, are you insane? Yeah. I'll just tell you that everything connects to everything else. Okay. I'm excited to get through this game then. I'm very excited to get through Chronicles. You would just take on the government? He would. Don't worry, Counsel, I've no issue with you. What do you mean? I have an issue with them. Cases are very much interlocked. Okay. I'm very excited to get through this then. Those two witnesses in the stand. What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you'll be charged with perjury. Finally! This basically has trials and tribulation and provisions and makes it be fulfilled in much more than it could be in the original. I can see that, yeah. First of all, if you compare this first trial to the first Phoenix Wright game, first of all, they're accusing him of perjury, which did not happen in the first Phoenix Wright game, I can assure you. That only started happening, like, in trials. Like, maybe it happened, like, once in Justice for All that I don't remember, but I doubt it. I know it started in Justice for All. Not in Justice for All. It started in trials. It started in trials that they started accusing witnesses of, like, it actually did in a case 4. Oh, really? In 4? I do not remember that, like, at all. I do not remember that from 4. Like, at all. I just remember it being, like, more consistent. I just remember it happening, like, more in trials, to be honest. Wait, let me remember my facts. Wait, do you mean case 4? I remember it happened way more in trials. I mean, maybe it did, like, happen, like, once in the original the original game. Wait, no, Maya was in contempt of court rather than perjury. Oh! Oh, yeah. She was in contempt. Yeah. I remember witnesses getting, like hammered down. Not like hammered down, but like I remember them getting like told off being like, hey, you shouldn't lie, perjury. And now it's like, oh yeah, they're actually accusing. If that happens, it's usually my in contempt of court. Yeah. Perjury. And since this is a murder trial, you'll also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? No. Yeah. Negative. There's no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Ouchie, was it you? It was probably Ouchie. Ow. Oh. What? What did you just say? Kurakuta-san? Why do I keep saying his name wrong? Kurakuta is such a simple name. No. You're just following orders? Now hold on, lad. I was saying you never saw the gentlewoman. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you never saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What? Well, what is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair? Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order! Counsel, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You try to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. And who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, that's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Or Yunosuke. Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Ouchie had any idea about this. By the way, what are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. You do know Ryusuke is Nick's great something grandfather. I knew Ryusuke, at least Ryusuke was his ancestor. I kind of knew that like at least some of the characters were like ancestors to like the modern day characters because they do have the same last name. Yeah. I recognized that at when we begun this. Even if I've forgotten like Ryusuke's name before I started this, I genuinely knew that like at least one of the characters was Phoenix's like ancestor, because if the rest of you watching this don't know, in Japan Phoenix's original name is Naruhodo. So yeah, I think aren't there a few other characters as well that are like ancestors of like the modern day characters, or am I just making that up? Because I know about Naruhodo, I know about Ryu. What's his name? I knew about Naruhodo. I just can't remember if there's anyone else. I'm gonna look it up. Shit. Any ideas about who might be behind this? No, just if you're gonna throw who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Plus, both of their names is quite literally translated. It is for Ryunosuke is to see a dragon. For Phoenix, to see the first son of a dragon. That makes sense, actually. That makes sense. Okay, it's only come up so far with Ryunosuke. Let me see. Question. I'm looking for the characters of the Great Ace Attorney. Is Iris Wilson the daughter of the victim in this case? Because they have the same last name. I literally just made that connection. This for the first time, I literally went through the characters like I saw like a list of the characters' names like earlier. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield is of her power here. But how? How can we possibly remember how we made progress before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything to make sure there's nothing we missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please wait, Your Excellency. I have no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this? Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes out into my head. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is... Professor of Medicine. Medical school professor. He's off Resi. So... Uh-oh. Gonna save here. See if that would also like also save as well. Okay, so we can cross off. We can actually cross off Kazuma, Aochi, and the witnesses. So it's not gonna be the victim, obviously. I kind of want to say Mikatoba because because both Mikatoba and Wilson were medicine professors. But I have a strong feeling that it's the waiter. Let's pretend the waiter. This is only taking one penalty point, I think. So that would be Satoru Hasunaga-san. Hasunaga-san, the waiter who took stand earlier? Poppycock. What possible reason would the waiter have to make these false witnesses? What was the thing? What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man truly were a waiter. What if he truly were? Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this cult with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosunaga-san's real identity is all to be proven with this evidence. Oh. Oh shit, wait, we didn't fully examine the business card. Chief Inspector. This is why we're gonna... I'm so not used to 3D evidence examination. Like, the last time we did this was in Rise from the Ashes. So, and even then some of that evidence was like a pain. Mainly with, you know, I think it was like the vase thing where we had to make it look like the blue badger. That was a pain. But also, I've had so many people complain about it, where it's like, okay, I'm not stupid, it's just a really shitty puzzle. Yeah, so last time we did 3D evidence exam, 3D evidence. Speak, please, words. The last time we did 3D evidence examination was in the Rise from the Ashes case. So yeah, I'm not sure what this is supposed to prove, Council. I think Your Excellency, that what it proves is not the true nature of the waiter, but the true nature of the accused. Sorry? A blackguard who stooped to presenting irrelevant evidence to incriminate an innocent man. That's the true nature of this rookie. But, try again. Go over all the evidence we have one more time. There's something in there that proves who this waiter really is. I'm sure of it. Alright then, I'll try. But that's the most logical option. Go over to the back. Do we need to? Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hasunaga. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not a name that's unexpected, it's his job title. His job, oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hasunaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector, what on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow here, now can we present it now and get a different thing? The plan of the restaurant sketch of the man in question. I agree it shows a great attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front? You can really tell he's a rookie, yeah. Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. You could have just said the other side. Will somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hasunaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession, but surely. Good gracious. That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, why is it just keep throwing me off my own stream on my phone? Is my data really just that shit? I really need to, you know, log onto the fucking internet here. So witnesses, they're in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... It's him! Inspector Hasunaga. I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized there's a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to a court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is that a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So you mean to say you really are a detective? But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course, your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes. There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosanaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner, therefore I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Wait, was he shot as well? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. As I suspected. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair. Beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady who I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then when I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once? It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. I guess to make sure no disputes between Britain and Japan arise. Those were my orders. But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect. Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the phantom woman in this case. But it's not right. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yuma University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. I am fairly certain that one of them studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory is a young Englishwoman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. And the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The Englishwoman saying that the university professor's table was a certain Miss Jezeel Brett. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yuma University's medical faculty. But what is happening here? I made that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. Now that these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise, namely that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point. But Your Excellency, that would mean missing the new deadline of a ruling in the order to send a telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Council. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Ugh. Inspector Hosanaga. Yes, sir? You will locate this Jezebel brat and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you're going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So it won't be a problem. Nothing will get in my way. I have a feeling he may have been shot as well. Call or adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student, Giselle Brett, to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Your Excellency. Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. To be continued. That took a while. Let's see how long the next part is. Okay, this is 3 parts, and then let's see. How long is it? How long is this next part? Let me see. Like on average. One that I found earlier. Chronicles cases. Let's see. Oh, okay, this is just like another hour-ish. And then we can probably do the last part of this trial on either maybe tomorrow morning or Sunday, maybe. Yeah. another like hour-ish. And then I'll end stream and then do the rest of this on over the next like sometime this weekend. Excellent work writing this game. That was superb. My heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there, you are drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you'd started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it, it's terrifying. If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your phantom lady at last. Miss Jezeel Bratt, a student from Great Britain. Is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There's a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I'm sure of. Yes, I can see that. So, about this young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened to that? No, I didn't see any of it. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself. Then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. And just after I bent down and picked it up, I didn't have the time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. The waiter ran over to me, looking as wise as she, and he bundled me in some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. First thinking by the detective, he apprehended his suspect with a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside in the dining area. Ah, there you are. Well done, both of you. Ah, there he is. Professor Mikotowa. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you planned this from the start. You arranged things so that I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Our modern country is still in its infancy. Our justice system even more so, which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert from the worst crisis of his life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyways. Well, what are you saying, Kazuma? So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel this way. Kazuma. Well then, it looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To me? Yes. You need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. I should probably aware Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMI, whatever it's called. And it was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're going up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement in our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide. Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case. But I've no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight right to the last. Best of luck. Thank you. Now then, I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something that I think we may need. Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. Defendant Naruhodo. Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow before these old fossils know what's hit them. Kazuma? What? Thank you. Really? What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed in me then, I felt sure I'd already have been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend. Coming for you, that means a lot. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really going to give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely can't afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on the street on University Street. With an extra large portion, of course. The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Aochi, have you managed to supponate? Never know who to say that word. Subpoena. The witness? Yes, Your Excellency. Against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government. Sorry. Let the government scrutinise. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we've forged with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down on our nation's founders? Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is really fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. You really have nothing to worry about, Ryunosuke. What do you mean? A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a one-code investigation, missing witnesses? Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England? Shut up, you jumbled up rookie boy. You and your friend know nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. By aligning ourselves with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures. I won't deny that I'm no expert, I'm just a student. And one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there is one thing that I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Well said, Ryunosuke, despite the wide-eyed look of terror. You little brats. Thank you, Counsel. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system, and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Giselle Bratt. Yes. Your Excellency. Here she is. With the weird investigator guy that I keep forgetting the name of. Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land. Tea. Someone bring English tea. In England, no discussions take place without tea. Is that true? No idea. So, Could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court? Of course. My name is Satora Hasanaga. Not you! I've been working undercover as the head waiter. Yes, we know all about you already. Inspector Hasanaga, where are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are the one thing you're sure of. Oh yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are solely lacking. Guilty. So dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please. Huh? Is she speaking fucking cursive? It'd be so funny if someone actually voice acted these lines instead of just the cutscene ones. I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what? The lady says her name is Jezeel Brett. She comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student, currently enrolled in UMaine University's medical faculty even. Oh my word, rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. Huh? I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't understand the beautiful word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird song. Really? As far as I can tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Yes, I agree. Ha, you'll obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it? No, you've clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryunosuke. The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett. 3 days ago at a restaurant called La Carnival, a grand murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? She says yes. This could take some time. So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately. Interesting when you're the one who engineered her escape. I was just following special orders from the bureau. Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps? Apparently, it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight. You mean to say, yes, it would appear that the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this very courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood. Order in the court. Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement. Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is. Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you describe. Witness testimony. I'd arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself, only a beefsteak. After a while, the accused came over to acquit the professor and they got into a fierce argument. Then not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. This is a condemning testimony indeed. No, I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all. Quiet, you filthy wretch. Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard. Look at this Snow White angel. I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe. Ugh. You're still making the same mistakes for you, this guy. You mustn't blurt out when you're going in like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. But he's so annoying. Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from this lady and the two witnesses who testified before and reported back to the bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go. The testimonies of the last two witnesses that were completely worthless, however. Well, even so. On the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. As you can see, there was nowhere about her person where she could conceal a firearm. I mean, she could under her hat. I would think she could hide a gun almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to. Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot. There are no pockets in my outfit, and I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. Ah, that's ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift off her dress, I could prove it. Don't think about doing anything rash, really, this guy. But I didn't find the gun I picked up. There must have been another gun in that day. You're right about that, which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Yes, that's what we have to prove now. And to do so, we will need to pull her testimony apart. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, yes, Your Excellency. I like the little sound effects in this game, they're quite cute. I think I have an idea of where she could. Do we have any more evidence? No, the last piece of evidence was the medical report. It's all very well saying that, but can you prove it? Absolutely, I verified it personally. You verified it? Yes, I immediately after the incident, I checked to make sure the lady was not carrying a weapon. I distinctly remember her saying, "I'm not." That's all you did? You just asked her? Surely you carried out a physical search, Inspector. No. Why on earth not? The Honourable English gentlewoman clearly stated that she did not possess a weapon. There was obviously no need any further probing. Idiots, all of you. Oh, there was no permission given for any further probing into the matter, perhaps. Think what you will, but if you're going to continue this preposterous claim that the refined lady was concealing a firearm, I'm tired. I'll go through this part and then we'll do the last part in another stream. The prosecution demands that you support your assertion with facts. In other words, it wants evidence. Ugh. The lady wishes to point out that of course she wanted to stay and assist in the investigation, but she was in a hurry to give a presentation at the university, so she was compelled to leave. Not to mention the fact that your officer told you to get the woman out of there. No, get her out of there, I just urged her to leave. The lady would like to point out that she is in no way meant to run away from the crime, which is why she is only too happy to cooperate and testify here in court today, of course. Unlike a stern student who refuses to admit when the game is up. You could at least have the courtesy to pay attention when I'm goading you. So she's maintaining that you got into an argument with the professor, at the end of which you shot him, which is an out-and-out totally unfounded lie. Still, her statement is very compelling. After all, she's an elegant, refined, young, and beautiful gentlewoman from Great Britain. In stark contrast to you, dressed from head to toe in a dull black school uniform, and dressed exactly the same way as you are, except for the flapping red ribbons. Well, anyway, this is our only chance to expose her testimony as the fiction that it is. If we can't do that, the trial's over. Even you with your thick skin must be able to feel the murderous looks you're getting from around the room. Only too well, I feel half dead already. The fact that I can't see a single inconsistency in her testimony isn't making me feel any better. The first thing to do is to press her on any of the statements that seem even slightly off to you. Do that and an opening will present itself, I promise you. I need to expose the true fact of this exotic foreigner who's hiding behind the mask. That's why I should be aiming for in this cross-examination. Let me see after all. I never got into an argument with the professor. All I did when I noticed him was go over to say hello. Please don't get angry with me. No, I wasn't directing that retort at you. It was only meant for the lady next to you. But anyway, as I said, I did not argue with the professor. I'm afraid your words are in vain. Sorry. Miss Pepper does not appear to speak Japanese. No, of course not. Japanese is such a cumbersome language anyways. English is the future, we must all supiku ingurishu. I wonder if the prosecution will feel that way forever, or only in the presence of a beautiful woman. Well, that beautiful woman is telling blatant lies from a completely straight face. I have to find something that will unravel her testimony, no matter how seemingly insignificant it may be. Anyway, it seems that after the argument, the accused briefly returned to his own seat. That part ties in with what you said, doesn't it? Yes, I still had some coffee to drink. And the next time you got up after that was when I'd finished my coffee and stood to leave. Like I said, I did not shoot that gun. And like I said, there's no point repeating that assertion over and over. I wasn't expected to be attacked by my own side. Nevertheless, defendant, you can't deny that when the shot rang out in the restaurant, you had a gun in your hand. Well, yes, that's true, but all I did was pick up the gun I saw on the floor next to the professor as I was leaving the restaurant. In fact, yes, there was someone much closer to the victim than me at that time, the highly suspicious lady in the stand. That'll do, you dirty, rotten scoundrel. Dirty? Your baseless accusations could very well cause an international incident, boy. It seems to me that your accusation is just as baseless as ours. Haha, what nonsense. The lady is merely stating what she saw. And this is already an international incident as far as I'm concerned anyways. Any more proof in the court record? No. So she's maintaining that you got into an argument with the professor, at the end of which you shot him, which announced an absolute lie, blah blah blah. Please come out after after 2 p.m. in fact. That's really quite a late lunch, isn't it? You don't keep up with the latest fashions from present, do you? Late lunches are on vogue, isn't that right? No. A decisive English no has quite a sting to it. The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So it was apparently a daily occurrence that they would lunch together. But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first. Yes, which we can prove in the medical report that was submitted as evidence earlier. That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late. Yes, that all makes perfect sense. Such wonderful logic. What a shining example of English intelligence this fine gentlewoman is. So you both arrived at the restaurant. What happened next? He was unable to eat, you say? And that was because he had just had a tooth removed at the hotter clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of that fact? It seems so, yes. She'd heard that the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean that it was you who ate the steak pictures here. Is that right, Miss Brett? That's right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. Exactly as it was left. Dear me, what a harrowing experience. So I've travelled to a distant land on the far side of the world and being abroad in such a tragic accident. I have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I'll crush the evil fiend that subjected you to this terrible plight. So the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink after all? That's right. Other than some carbonated water. Just water? Yes. The professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. So it appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each. They each raised a glass of carbonated water. What do you think, Ryunosuke, about the witness's last statement? Should I not click that? The last statement of yours, Miss Brett, has a profound bearing on this case. Well, how fascinating. Do tell us, what is this profound bearing? The significance of the statement will become apparent when the time is right. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony. We'll sidestep it, counsel. Very well, Miss Brett. Kindly repeat what you just said to be added to the official testimony. Gladly, she said. That was brilliant, Kasuma. I'm going to remember that one. Which one? The significance will become apparent when the time is right. I could really use that phrase. I hope there's some more useful tips you're picking up from this experience than that. Ryunosuke. That's carbonated water. Oh, it wasn't even prohibited. Oh, it was 3 hours. Wait. There's only one glass there though, not 2. That's it. Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That was exactly as it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Well, it's odd, very odd. Dear me, what's odd is the defense's inability to express itself. Ugh. Are you scared? What is about the print that looks odd to you? Well, obviously, it's the chairs. The chairs? Miss Pratt just told us that she and the professor said chairs over a glass of water. But if that is true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1. You're quite right, Counsel. There's only 1 glass pictured here. And the judge is actually somewhat competent as well in this game. I was supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutia. What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case? Minutia, you say? Could it be that the detective here removed the glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence? Of course not. I'll never do something so reckless. But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Are you going to tell me that you can clink with only 1? You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Inspector, what did the lady say? What did Giselle say? It would seem that it was Miss Pratt who took the glass from the table. What? It was also terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked and thought I should try and hide the fact that I'd been here there at all for saying. Good gracious. I wonder how this would be adapted in like a dub anime. Sorry. There, as I showed the court before, this is of no consequence at all. Oh please. You must remember that this student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame her for putting a glass or 2 in her state of disarray? Sorry, I'm tired. That's absurd. Oh really? So we do take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable, young and beautiful woman of mischief? What? No. This can't be put down to mischief. I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. It would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying. A handbag, you say? Which is a contradiction. Yes, Your Excellency. A small handheld pouch is commonly carried by well-to-do women in England. So the beautiful lady has been very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. The student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end it comes to nothing. No more pretentious accusations. You've wasted enough time already. Indeed, the lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed the glass. I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Counsel for the defense, are you in agreement? Well, not really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it has some deeper significance. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. Is that deeper significance there? It's the handbag. Wait, the lady put the glass in her handbag, you say? Yes, do try to keep up. It's already been explained to the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items, including a gun perhaps. Let me see, a little while ago Miss Pratt stated that the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag, in which it would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun. I thought she just put it under her hat. You're right. Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that too. What are you insinuating, you foul blackguard? It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire the gun, we can deduce there must have been another firearm at the scene. The true murder weapon, as you will. You can't be seriously suggesting. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Did you or did you not search Miss Giselle Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? He didn't. No, sir, I did not. As I thought. In other words, another gun, the one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag. No. Could have, yeah. Order. What is the meaning of this, Inspector? The meaning of what, Prosecutor Ouchie? Why did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations. Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. Do you think so, Kazuma? You good over there, buddy? Well, what's our situation? Clearly, you have no faith in the police. As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting, simply because it was unnecessary. Unnecessary in what way? I just had to say student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I have completely forgotten about. This photographic print. This print is a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after his shooting. As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag. Well, I never. You can see right through to what's inside. That's right. Apparently, matchwork bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment. So the contents are clearly visible. Exactly, so there's no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. As you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. Thank you for helping to prove that Naruhodo-san. Are you good, dude? Order! Inspector Hosonaga, you will submit that print as evidence at once. Certainly, Your Excellency. I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness counsel. The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As the photographic print just submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance. I am satisfied that there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must mark my ruling. Indeed, and there is only one logical conclusion: that the pathetic rookie slipped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of this crime. No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around, I'm in a worse situation than when I was at the start. Kazuma? Sorry, Ryunosuke. Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. What? You mean this is it? Haha. I must say you put up quite a fight for a rookie student. But we can't meet while the strong eat. You're wasting your time, but there is no way to defeat true justice. I bet you can chew onto your heart's content on the inside of your cell. This can't be happening. Am I really going to be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit? And Kazuma, whose dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers? Kazuma, what? Is there really no chance now of turning this trial around? You hear the judge. You heard the judge. There's nothing about that last photograph on the detective produced that we can contest, which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue. Very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling. It seems we will be able to report to the British government on time after all. That smug little... Mayunosuke Naruhodo, after having considered all of the evidence placed before me. Wait, Your Excellency. Mayunosuke? I don't think he can rule on this case yet. This amateurish is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems that the trial is over, he gives his ruling. That is the most basic protocol of the courtroom. Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photographic print just submitted appears to have no further significance, there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Now that means that if there was a problem with the evidence, so significant detail, then ruling on this case at this time would be out of the question. This is blatant straw clutching. Look at the photographic print. All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman was carrying on the day in question. There can be no problem with this evidence. You'd better know what you're doing, Mayunosuke. I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone security. However, I fail to see how we can glean any information from this handbag. My thoughts exactly. Really, the prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes. Yes, I am desperate. But this isn't a wheeze. There's something about this photograph which just doesn't seem right if only I could put my finger on it. Very well. I'll grant you defense one final opportunity. What? Could be one that if I am unsatisfied by your response here, the trial will be over with immediate effect. You will make myself clear. Yes, Your Excellency. So take another look at this photographic print the Inspector Naga submitted before. You identify from the call with the print we see the significant detail where you've alluded. Let's save it here. I'm not sure where that would be though. Let me see. I have no idea. Later, please. And that's why I have 10%, so I need to put it on charge while it loads this. I should really connect it to the internet so it can actually load quickly. Let's just see if it'll come up on another site faster. Why is my data so horrible? Let me see if here. This one is connected to the internet. Let's see. Wait. This. Look at this here. There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist. That is true. It looks almost like a burn of some description. Dear me, I was pondering what new piffle you would like to come out with. A burn, you say, on the victim's wrist? Clearly that has nothing to do whatsoever with the magnificent lady's handbag. Yes, that is a burn mark, you're right. Go on, Inspector. The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report. What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do we? And no possible way of knowing either. The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of the mark. However, as Prosecutor Alchi points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this burn. Excuse me, Your Excellency. Your team Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the Dean and other university staff. She would like to know if she may be excused from the stand now. Oh, of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway. What's your thinking on this, right? Do you believe this burn does have something to do with the case? To be honest, I'm not really sure. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. So I'm thinking I should keep doing it. Keep digging and digging and hoping that I should uncover something useful. Yes, you're right. I am. If we can just link that burn mark to this case, if we can do it, we might be able to prise this shutting door back open again. Just give up, Counsel. You can't possibly hope to do that. Indeed, I'm afraid that without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture. But if we had evidence that irrefutably links the burn on the victim's wrist to the case, then you would allow it. I would, yes. To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn, but as soon as you pointed it out, what I did notice was the colour draining from Miss Brett's face. Really? I have to find some link between that burn and the case. This is the moment of truth. It's time to find some evidence that proves what that burn really means. So then, the defence will now present its evidence to the court. The evidence that demonstrates an inextricable connection between the victim's burn and this trial. What is this? I'm going outside. What's this, Counsel? Yet another print? Yes, Your Excellency. I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at time are recorded forevermore. Don't hurry up, Rocky. What are you trying to say? To inconvenience this poor lady any further really would be quite inexcusable. Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind, Miss Brett. You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim go to have that unusually U-shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore. What? How? You can't fool me with your little bluff, Spot. If that's your game, then let's see how you play out. Show the court exactly what you mean. What's this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn? This, I think. The beefsteak? Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on. The plate? Ah! Your Excellency, are you alright? As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I guess it's some sort of trademark of La Carnival. Ah! This emblem on the plate and the victim's burn are exactly the same shape. Ryunosuke, you genius. You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant. But even if that is the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question or not. It could have been the day before or the day before that. It most likely happened at some other related time. Well, Sadly, Prosecutor Algier, the chances of that are extremely slim. Thanks. Why? The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosanaga? I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly. But I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it's not a particularly large burn, it is extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This is no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Well, let's see. And if the plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds. It's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then. When investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I have not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of La Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation. But you're a detective, not a waiter. There you have it, something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. There's no question of that. And yet, Inspector Hosanaga never heard the professor scream on the day or any day before. That's right, and the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out anyone either. But what are you suggesting? Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day, that would be beyond careless, I think, counsel. And the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer, all of us would without any question have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Professor Algie? Well, yes, I suppose. So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream? I almost don't believe it. Ryunosuke, do you think? He's already dead at that point. Can I really be true? I never dreamt we'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap. There's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson was already deceased. No man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible apart from in one particular situation. Counsel, are you suggesting? Yes, it's only possible if the man was already dead. Already? Dead? Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead. That's madness. Order, please. Counsel, please explain this absurd notion at once. The victim was killed by a gunshot. That's right, that's absolutely right, Excellency. This is no ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly he has no grasp of the facts here. No, Prosecutor Algie. It's you who has no grasp of the facts. I beg your pardon? As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered a burn while at the restaurant, this whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? Your Excellency, the court must hear from this witness again. If it's true, as we now believe, that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it's highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it. Incredible. I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett, that you will have to forget your luncheon engagement. But, Your Excellency, the justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I am prepared to pass judgment. Thank you, Your Excellency. What was that smile? Yes, of course. I mean, I'd be delighted to help, especially if it helps relations between my country and yours. She can speak Japanese. Ah, Miss Brett, you speak Japanese? Well, of course I do. I'm studying in your country after all. But then, why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now? My mother tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. As a gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible. Okay. Bit weird to say. But it seems the men in this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of the English gentleman. Yes, because it's a whole different culture entirely. So I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you on your own level. Oh, well. You are the epitome of a true Englishwoman. We are truly honoured by this lavish consideration you so graciously afford us. I see. In that case, Miss Brett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson. So we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting. Real scary. Unfortunately, I have no idea when the problem like is just like that. The waiter brought my steak. Professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I read the post-mortem report, which showed no possible cause of death beside the good shot. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyways. That most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in the Supreme Court's history. Thank you. Easy does it. I hope that is the last time I'll have to slay my lips with the coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone. Not at all, not at all. It's a delight merely to hear you speak, dear lady. And it's very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the bird is utterly irrelevant. I'll be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what's happened here today. The Minister of Justice? May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Amen. Thanks. What was that? Prayer then? Well, we have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up with this examination now. I expect you've noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, counsel, that this will be your final cross-examination in this trial. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness's testimony, I'll be ruling on this case immediately, is that clear? Yes, Your Excellency. Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. I don't know what we can. Ask about. What do you think, Ryunosuke? I think this could be hard work. She can speak Japanese brilliantly, but she doesn't seem to want to say very much. The more she says, the more she's likely to give it away. This English woman knows that only too well. She's quite formidable. Dr. Wilson's burn tells us something, I'm sure. I need to use this cross-examination to find out what. First thing first, I'm going to press her on everything she said and try to make her blurt something out. What is it, Kazuma? What are you thinking? Don't worry, it's nothing. Okay, well, we're almost done with this part, and then I'm probably gonna upload this and go to bed. But his hand was on the staring hot plate for at least 3 whole seconds. You can't not have noticed. Do you think so? Let me ask you something. Sorry? Ever since I arrived in this courtroom, and even since still now, the fly on those unsightly black trousers of yours has been wide open. You can't not have noticed. Can you? Huh? What? What fun. You hadn't realised. The dear lady is absolutely right. As your friend, you've embarrassed me as well as yourself ruinously. Why didn't you tell me? Dr. Wilson was a true English gentleman. He chose honourable silence over a vulgar scream. Can your tiny brain imagine such a thing? Oh yes, I think my tiny brain can. Well, I can't. Anyway. Shit. I can't. It won't let me go back. Let me just. Go back through this. It doesn't let us go back like in the trilogy, which is a shame. Like in the Phoenix Wright trilogy. Unless I can, and I just don't know how. As you testified before, you were drinking carbonated water, is that right? Dr. Wilson was only permitted to drink water at that time, if you remember. Which explains why he ordered that drink, correct, waiter? Exactly as you say, sir. Although, was I not the professor who drank any of it? Drank any of the water when I delivered the steak to the table? I'm afraid I don't remember that. Damn you. I have enough English to understand that at least. For the benefit of the others in the court, it means bless you. Thank you means the exact opposite. Anyway. Shit. Okay, we just need to do the middle one. We can just... Without leaving a trace. If someone is shot, or strangled, or stabbed, or thrown from a height, however a person's life is taken, there are always telltale traces on the body. Quite right, dear lady. And as our police force has thoroughly examined the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Isn't that right, Inspector Hosonaga? As I've said, I always aim for a flawless investigation. There will be physical traces of all these causes of death, that's true. But maybe there's some other ways of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark. If heaven forbid, you doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly you think the professor did lose his life. Otherwise, I'm afraid the argument falls from flat, isn't it? Oh no, perish the thought. Calling such a sweet young lady's innocent into question. On my honor. On my honor, I, Takasuchi Ouchi, will cut down any who dare catch such aspersions. My way of killing something that leaves no trace. We need some evidence to back us up here. Yes, evidence. Inferior? What do you mean by that? In the lands of the Great British Empire, the police store everything to find out a crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you've escaped once, and that's the end of it, isn't that so? Quite right, La Carnival is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident. Exactly, which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction, vital evidence might be lost. Does it even occur to your naive detective to try to preserve the crime scene? I'm trying to be as tactful about this as I can, you understand. Ha, I feel a blow. The lady is as formidable as she is beautiful. Amazing. Pleasure admitting our police may be flawed. Perhaps Prosecutor Ouchi is finally starting to see some sense. I very much doubt that. Still, there's something about what Miss Brett just said. There's always a moment before when something just didn't seem quite right. Let me skip through it to the third one that I completely accidentally skipped over. that's been bothering me. Bothering me. Miss Brett actually know about the person standing next to her, Inspector Hosonaga, the detective. Yes, he seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I was wondering if it might be significant, if it might present an opening maybe. Alright, I have an idea. Try pressing her on that last statement one more time. If you think so, but this time, instead of targeting the woman herself, let's see what we can get out of the detective. Alright then, I wonder what Kazuma's thinking. I'll find out soon enough, I suppose, once I press Miss Brett on her statement again. Okay, I'm gonna press her last statement. Inferior, what do you mean by that? Yes, there is again. The detective's reaction is just the same as before. Why? Until now, the detective has been in the stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter. But things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity. What do you mean? When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip. However, when they're listening to someone speak, you'll find they often let their guard down. You're right, look at him. He's lost in his own thought. It's time to pursue the man and his train of thought. Sorry, pursue? I'll explain how to do it now. You know, Stay. It's all to do with the witness marker. What marker? At this moment, we'll focus on Miss Brett, who's the person actually making the current statement. But by moving the marker left and right with A and D, you can turn your attention to other people in the stand. By looking at the other witnesses, you'll be able to pursue them with space. If you can catch the person at just the right time, you might uncover some new information to pursue. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere amongst the people in the stand, take a good look around. Alright then, so first, I should move the marker across with A and D and focus on the detective. Then pursue him with space and see what's on his mind. Here we go. What's the meaning of this? I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to shock you. He really was lost in his thoughts, deeply. It looks like you were thinking something just now, Inspector. Perhaps having heard what the lady next to you had to say? If there's something you'd like to say, please, share it with the court. What's the meaning of this? It's the delightful Englishwoman who's testifying at the moment. If you can't find fault with her testimony, then the cross-examination will be over immediately. Oh, is that how it works? Absolutely not. The detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness. Yes. Not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved in this case. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Do you have something to add in relation to the statement just made by Miss Brett? Well, yes, if you don't mind. I would like to speak. The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain. Which is why I, Satoru Hasunaga, always try to make every investigation I'm involved in flawless. What do you really mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch. I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of the crime. It's preserving evidence, you see. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I'm not ashamed of what I've done. A crime scene thief? Well, it looks like the lady's remarks touched a nerve there. Take this, for example. This is the bottle of carbonated water that I took to the victim's table on the day in question. And yes, it's lost all its fizz, having been opened for 3 days ago. But it was carbonated water. I don't care what anyone else says. Yes, there's some left in the bottle, I can see it. One day our police force will be among the best in the world. The time is coming, I guarantee it. And then you have gumshoe in the future. I can't say I condone the witness's actions, but I do understand the sentiment. I can't accept the glass bottle of water as evidence. Miss Brett, can you confirm this is indeed the bottle from which you drank on the day of the victim's death? Yes, it was that bottle. What was that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's questions. Very well, counsel, you may resume the cross-examination. And the inspector will kindly control his fervour. What is this, the bottle of water? Actually, there is one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison? On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? Order. And on that day, he was sitting at the same table as the professor and being unable to slip the poison into his drink. There's only one person who could possibly have done that. Josiah Brett, it was you. This is outrageous to suggest such a thing about a scrap of evidence. You little rookie imbecile. Have you even considered the delicate situation our country finds itself in now? Have you forgotten that we have only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? Have you even the vaguest inkling that your rash accusations could jeopardize the entire treaty? This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one crime. What? The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We are here to determine the truth. If I may, I'll silence you forever for this disrespectful attack on... It is you who should be silent. Of course. Dear lady. Where did that come from? She just snapped. I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies. I'm sorry, my lady, to what are you referring? I described your police force as inferior, but no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle I made, Inspector, and whether it contained poison or not. Of course. You did? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? I strive for a flawless investigation every time. I don't believe it. Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents. And what did you find, Inspector? I only test for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time. find no trace of poison of any description in the bottle of carbonated water, Your Excellency. What? Are you sure? The tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself. No! I'm very grateful to all of you Japanese. You've successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. Thank you. But of course, dear lady, the pleasure was all ours. I was so sure. This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned. Thank you, counsel. I think that cross-examination has clarified everything. As the prosecution has asserted, a shot to the chest from this gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit. I'm done for. The court wishes to apologise for the great inconvenience this has caused you, Miss Brett. Oh no, I'm just glad this matter is resolved. Before proceeding, I must ask the counsel for the defence. Do you have any further new evidence to present to the court at this point? Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. I have nothing more. Well, if you'll excuse me, I really must be leaving. Who's that? Was that her earlier? Please, wait. Isn't that... What is the meaning of this? Forgive me for intruding for court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the defense. Mikotoba? In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning. And in her hand, she carried a small package wrapped in a furoshiki cloth. To be continued. And I think that is time where we end stream. I am exhausted. I'm gonna save it here. Okay, so that's saved. Let me exit out to. Oh shit! I didn't realise that I had it muted this whole time. Okay, I have to keep checking my audio mixes. Okay, let me go to options. Let me go to options. And then back to title. Yeah. Wait, no. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we made like quite a decent amount of progress today on this game actually. Hope you've enjoyed. I have someone in mind to raid. I want to raid one of my YouTubers. I have an idea of who to raid. We're going to raid. Holly was here. Go enjoy the stream. Go enjoy Holly's stream. They're on an SMP. So such raid. Holly was here. Alright, spell that wrong. I need to switch to my raid screen. Hope you have enjoyed the stream, and I shall see you guys. That Wrong username. Too tired for this. Too tired for this. There we go. Hope you go enjoy Polystream, and I shall see you guys probably Sunday. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I'm gonna stream. Don't think I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Go enjoy Polystream, and I shall see you guys probably Sunday to finish off this case. So yeah, bye bye guys. Bye bye.